What's up everyone, welcome to another movie review. This is going to be for Rise of the Footsoldier Part 4 Marbella. Yes, Part 4. And this is directed by Andrew Loveday, starring Craig Fairbrass, Teddy Stone and Roland Manukian. Now, the first movie got a bit of bad press when it came out. I'll never understand why, because I really enjoyed that film and a lot of other people do too. This has gained a bit of a cult following here in the UK. And that just told a very simple, true story of Carlton Leach. It had a good start and a good end. I never thought in a million years we'd get a sequel to that film. Never mind Part 3 and Part 4, but here we are. I mean, if you need any more proof that people like that first film, it's these sequels, because them sequels would never exist if people didn't like the first one. The only problem is that them sequels have never really quite lived up to Part 1. So this tells the story of Pat, played by Craig Fairbrass, who was a big part of the first one. He came in about halfway through, and that's really when everything starts to kick off. And a lot of people love his character for some of the stuff he does in that first film, sorry. So that probably explains why he's the main character in Part 3 and this one. And it tells the story of him going to Marbella, and he gets involved in, this big drug deal that could make him and his friends a lot of money. And he just needs his other two friends, Tony and Craig, played by Teddy Stone and Roland Manukian, to come over to Spain with £20,000 so they can make the deal of a lifetime. So Tony and Craig aren't really the brightest sparks in the box, as you'll see in this film. And they make a simple journey to Spain into a complete disaster. And it's like they need someone to look after them because they're that stupid. And while our main protagonist, Pat, is waiting for them to come over, he just spends a lot of time basically beating people up. And the biggest positive this film has going for it is Craig Fairbrass. He plays a much larger-than-life character. He is fierce, he's scary. People look away when he walks in the room. He was born to play this role, and I know he's been in quite a few things. I just thought that Craig might have gone to the next level now, because he is such a good actor, he really is. And the other characters you have here are Tony and Craig, who, they were serious characters in the first film. Here, they're like two different people, which is a shame really, because it took me out of the immersion a little bit, because this is meant to take place in the same time as Rise of the Footsoldier 1. They're basically here for comic relief. Tony spends a lot of time daring Craig to do things, and when it goes wrong, he basically just laughs at him. And every single scene that Teddy Stone is in this film, or virtually nearly every scene, it's just him laughing, like in hysterics, giggling all the time. And it's a bit strange, but you can't help but laugh along with him because his laugh's so infectious. It's a bit weird. The rest of the cast is okay. I mean, it's not terrible acting or nothing like that, but they're definitely the three better actors, you can tell. But there's a guy in this, I won't name him, who does a Scouse character, and the impression is absolutely awful. Oh, I just couldn't believe it at all. It was one of the funniest moments for me. Me being from Liverpool, we don't sound like that whatsoever, and it was a bit cringe really, to be honest. But I mean, most of the acting was okay. But like I said, this film is basically just Craig Fairbrass going around beating people up. He's slamming people's heads through counters. He's threatening everyone he comes across. He's left hooking people and knocking them out in the middle of the street and putting forks through people's hands. I mean, if you like that in the first one, and the way his character does that, and all the violence that erupts around him, you might have a bit of fun with this film, but don't expect a solid story or anything like that. It felt more like the story was just there so Pat could do all this stuff. That's what it felt like. Now we're going to compare Rise of the Footsoldier Part 4 to the other three films. People might disagree with me here, because a lot of people on social media were telling me that this is an awful, awful film. I don't know if it's because I went in thinking that, because they told me this, but I think this is the best entry since the first. Sorry, but I do. I'm not going to lie to you. However, that doesn't make it a good film. So, make of that what you will. I mean, it's just basically, it was just a bit of a fun time for me. If you take part 1 and part 2, they're more serious films. This is definitely, in my opinion, a comedy. I laughed so many times in this film that it's hard to say it's bad because how much and how entertaining it was. So it depends how you look at it, really. I mean, if you're going in expecting this big epic crime film like the first one, you're not going to get that. But if you enjoyed the characters from that first one, there might be something for you here, especially Pat Tate, like I said before. Okay, I'm just going to rate this film now. I'm going to give Rise of the Foot Soldier 4 a 5.5 out of 10. The 0.5 is because it's better than the last two, which I'd rate 5 or lower. And it just gave me a bit of a better time than those two films. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10 for Rise of the Foot Soldier, Part 4, Marbella. So I always throw a little fun fact in at the end of these reviews, and the fun fact for this is Andrew Loveday's directional debut. He's also in the film as well, quite a bit actually. Okay everyone, so there's my review for Rise of the Foot Soldier 4. If you want more reviews, please subscribe, and I've got a lot of other videos coming too. So thank you very much, see you later.